if you are really nervous about becoming an online student overnight, I've compiled, with the help of my current online students, 7 tips for becoming an online student overnight. Tip number 1, accept that this is just going to take longer. Not only are you adjusting to the learning management system, to Canvas, but you're adjusting to your teacher, adjusting to being an online teacher. So the learning curve is going to be a lot longer, and if you just go in with the attitude of, I need a little patience, I need a little extra time, you'll be able to adjust in a matter of days instead of weeks, which is going to help you immensely with the amount of work you then need to do once you've adjusted and given yourself the time to become a solid online student. Tip 2, start first thing in the day. Seems straightforward, right? Like anything we should do, we should just start first thing in the day. But it's especially important as an online student because you have in your mind, oh, I have these math problems I have to do, but you haven't looked at what that's going to encompass yet. So starting first thing in the day will help you plan out the rest of the day and prevent that procrastination and stress and the mistakes that come from them at the latter part of the day. I asked my online students what some of their biggest tips were, and most of them said start early. Start first thing in the day, just get it over with, or just get it started so you know how much you're going to need to close out for the day. Tip number 3, print it out. If you can, print out as many things from your online class as possible. I don't just mean lecture notes, I also mean directions. Print them out, annotate them, highlight, circle, star, put glitter glue on them, I don't know. Something to make it more personal, annotate with your own style, because when you read an uninterrupted block of text, if any of us read an uninterrupted block of text nowadays, we lose it. When was the last time you read a full article? Think about that with directions. You're not going to hit all of the requirements if you don't reread, print them out, annotate. If you don't have a printer, that's cool. Just take a piece of paper and get some markers or those glitter pens and write out from what you're reading on the screen to the paper of the important things you need to know for whatever the instructions are. Now, as an online teacher, that's actually one of the things I really focus on when I create my classes is very concise, straightforward, clear directions. But that takes a lot of drafting. That takes a lot of versions of my directions. Think about your online teachers in these situations. They're going from the physical classroom and they've got these instructions that they would normally hand out to you, that they'd talk about, that they'd explain, that they'd reference over multiple lectures, that they're just now posting online. They haven't been able to edit it for brevity, for clarity, in these shorter sort of situations. So give them some kind of wiggle room. I do not expect them to, but you shouldn't either. So print it out or write it out, put it on another Word document, something to be able to really make sure you're engaging and following every part of the directions, especially because some of our teachers aren't going to be able to make the directions more online reader friendly as those with more online experience. Number 4, literally write out due dates. They may not be super organized or streamlined or pretty in your digital classroom. And even if they are, this is another one my students really recommend is that, oh, sorry, that's my dog down there. So she's encouraging you to write out the due dates. So I actually like to put them on Post-its for when I have different things to do, and they go on my wall here at a frame that you can't see. And I'll organize them that way. A lot of my online students actually buy physical planners and write them out that way. Maybe you're going to be really cool and put them in your Google Calendar. I don't care. Just some method that's outside your digital classroom to remind you of when everything is due. Number 5, and this might be my longest one, try to solve your own issues first. Now, I mean, maybe we should all go to therapy and solve all of our own issues first, but I mean, try to solve your own issues in the digital classroom first. If your concern is logistical, if it's technical, please don't go straight to your teacher. They are not tech support. If they were tech support, they wouldn't be in this position in the first place. So many of your teachers are brand new to doing this online teaching. Let's be kind to them and not send them all the tech emails right away. You obviously got to this YouTube link, so you know how to find YouTube. Put in YouTube what the technical concern you have is. When I started teaching on Canvas, I got so much help from just searching the internet. How to do submissions, how to do voice comments, how to add images, how to upload different things. Any of the tech stuff, just be your own advocate and use the internet and see what you can solve that way first if you're getting used to a new online system. Even if you're using Zoom conferencing or something new for another class, there's so many resources on the internet. Before you jump straight to your teacher and shoot them a tech support email, it's going to be a lot faster and kinder to everyone if you just try to solve it on your own first. Now, If it's somewhat logistical, if it's somewhat tech support, but also teacher related, kind of this in-between category, take a look and see if it's more of a suggestion. If it's something you can screenshot and send to your teacher, I think we love screenshots, by the way. It helps us totally understand. But if it's something you can make a suggestion to your teacher that you think would just make it easier for you, for other students, shoot them an email. They'll probably appreciate it, especially if it's kindly worded, if it offers a screenshot or a hyperlink that's supporting what you're saying, that's going to help make their lives easier and in turn your lives easier. Those are some of the best ways to handle those in-between situations. Now, if it's in a different category, like content-based questions, do what you can to solve that issue first. Like, let's say for my class, if you're doing some reading questions, if you've got a big reading and you have some questions on the content, show some effort to your teacher that you did try to solve the issue first. Go back through the assigned text pages, look at some sort of, maybe there are some footnotes or things like that that you can reference. Try the internet, see what you can find out there. If you've looked at some other resources and they're not helping you solve that issue, definitely ask your teacher. That's what they are there for. But I would really recommend referencing those efforts you made to solve your issue first in the email that you might send them. So you can say, hey, Professor Covey, I went on poets.org and I looked in the library database, but I couldn't find the answer to this content question. Could you help me out? I'm sure they'd be very happy because that's what we get to do, is we get to help you with these things. But making that effort first is huge for the teacher. And lastly, if you are going to email your teacher, just give them time. If something is due in 1 hour and you're expecting a response right away, I would not go about recommending that. Give them plenty of time to respond. All right, number 6. Replicate the classroom environment, not chill time environment. What I mean by this is imagine yourself in class, in lecture. You're not really multitasking, or if you're doing it, you're trying to do it discreetly. But let's pretend you're actually completely paying attention. You're very engaged, like I'm lecturing on the most amazing poetry you've ever heard. So you're listening, you're engaged, you're focused solely on that. You're not on social media, the TV's not on, music's not in the background, you're not eating lunch with a friend. You're focused on the material. Think about doing that as you're learning. This isn't all just homework time. It's important to remember that you are not just getting homework to work on at home. You're also now getting all of your class lecture material, workshopping, discussions, lab, etc. in an online environment. So I want you to be able to shift your mentality and create an environment that supports that kind of learning. So whatever method your instructor is relaying the content and information in, whether that is PowerPoint, screencasting, I like to do podcasts, whatever method they're sending it to you in, focus solely on that. As one of my students literally said, it's not audible, right? And I really like that. I mean, I listen to Audible like while I'm vacuuming. My podcast is not audible. Pay straightforward attention. Okay, tip 7, last one. Simple, but take breaks. Like I said earlier with the tips about starting early, it's a similar idea here. If you start early, work on that time and then schedule those breaks. You need to get outside, get some fresh air, maybe go for a walk, fix yourself a snack, pet your cute dog. Whatever you need to do that for a specific scheduled amount of time. I recommend something like 25 minutes. Set a timer on your phone because you're gonna get lost in Twitter, and then go back to the work you're doing. Tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna complete these 40 math problems, and then I'm gonna go have a snack, walk my dog very briefly, and come back and finish the other 10. Setting some sort of schedule like that is really gonna help you out, making sure you're taking those breaks, because like I said with the last tip, this is gonna be a long day, right? You're using your classroom time, your lecture time, and your homework time all in the same environment. So make sure you break it up. Okay, those are my 7 tips for becoming an online student overnight. I hope they were helpful. I know there's a lot going on in all of our worlds and environments right now. And if this did anything to help you out, or if there's anything else I can do to make some sort of video or create some resources to help this transition easier for US students, let me know. However that is, I don't know. I've not posted this sort of thing before. But regardless, I wish you luck and stay well.